We are live, boys.
Cool.
I still got the music going. I'm not seeing it yet.
Not there what? No, I just shared Discord. You didn't see that at all. Unless you're in this group. That's a story.
All right. We ready, guys?
Duh.
Yeah, I just popped over and checked. We're good.
We are good. Okay, I'm fading the music
Guten Tag.
and switching us over. What's up, Oh, no. I did the wrong thing.
Nice.
There we go. What's up, everybody?
What up, folks?
Hello.
Yo.
Welcome to the show.
I only...
Doing it doing things a
Virtual.
little different this week.
It's like we're all together,
my shit.
but separate at the same time.
Right. Separate but whole.
No, okay, yeah, that's better. I'm like separate but equal.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
For real, like, I don't
Where are we
like
going
it.
Yeah.
I'm Scott.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Phil.
Man, this franchise hasn't budged an inch since '96.
Nope.
Well, but that's the point, ain't it?
I guess so.
I guess so. Today we're talking about Scream
Stab?
2022.
Oh, Scream.
Yeah,
Yeah, Stab 2022.
Yeah.
Stab 2022.
Stab.
Yeah.
Right.
Stab and Scream. Yeah. Or Scream and
Same
Stab.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
that happens
thing.
too. Yeah. Yeah, tell
But,
me about the week, boys.
Yeah,
Tell me
what
about
have you
the
guys
week.
been doing?
What's been popping, Philip?
It's been popping. Actually I have a funny little thing to share. So I bought a video card. I found a 3090 Ti for a decent price. I'm not going to go into specifics because I don't want to. But let's just say it's about half of what the MSRP was when it launched. So to me, that's a really good goddamn deal. And I think the 40s aren't exactly worth it. So I'm going for last gen.
Okay.
But so it came free with Spider-Man Remastered. Cool,
sick.
right? I don't actually have the PS5 version. I have Miles Morales
listening
now
to
that
this
it's on the
dumb shit.
thing. But yeah, but check this out. So it was, a redeem code. It didn't send me the redeem code until the item actually shipped, so they waited until the day of it shipping, and then they basically sent me a confirmation for the ship and also this code. It's like, hey, go redeem it through this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've never seen this before. This said you have to redeem it through the GeForce Experience app.
Right.
Right. Okay. And I'm like, okay, well, I bought an NVIDIA card. Gotcha. Okay. Right. So it gave me a product key, and then it has a list of the things. Well, I neglected to read what the very first thing was. I just kind of took it for granted and just moved on. Right. So I just went down the list, just started going down the list, and it's like, GeForce Experience app. Okay, whatever. Yeah, redeem here. Click on the thing. Put the code in. Okay, gotcha. Then you also have to. What it does is generate you a Steam code, and then you go to your Steam account and then redeem the game from Steam. So it is already cumbersome, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And
It is complicated.
it's already a little too much. You guys are doing too much. And then I get to the GeForce Experience, put the code in, and when I put it in, it tells me that I don't have an eligible video card installed.
Right.
And I was like, so I went back to my email and realized the first thing it says, install your video card. And I'm like, it detects that you have the card because they don't want you selling this code.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Like the same thing happened with a friend of mine when he got a new PC.
Yeah.
And gave him Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it was the same exact thing, man.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah, this is the first
Yeah,
time
they're
I've
like,
experienced
this goes
this
to
one.
you.
Yeah.
Now
Nobody
after you
else
get the
gets it.
Steam key and install it, then somebody can play it through your Steam.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Yeah.
that's fine,
Yeah, but you still have to
know?
redeem it in
But
your
you have to
account.
redeem
Right.
it. Mhm.
Right. Because I mean, like, when I got my processor, it was a AMD 3900X, and it's like it had a code for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that was no problem. I just jumped on my account, typed it in like any other code, and got it. AMD doesn't give a shit about trying to validate and all that stuff. But this blows me away. So none of you guys can have it. I have to redeem it myself. But then
Dang.
Yeah, rats.
But I've been playing a whole bunch of we're remote today. That's right. Well,
yeah.
You got to deal with it, Artigoth.
We doing it a little bit different, baby.
Shaking things.
However, we did make some alterations to the frequency of ads, and so you should have a much more streamlined experience.
Please let me know, Rob, because I know you've watched us over the past couple of weeks where we have had this just berating amount of ads.
It's constant ads.
Ugh, sorry, I mean, we weren't trying to assault our viewers.
Yeah, we just had no idea until we did some reviewing, and then
we weren't trying to assault you with ads.
Apologies to you guys.
But we fixed it. It is set much better now. But no, I've been playing a whole bunch of Breath of the Wild just because I have a Switch, and like you guys said, Switch is a good like bedtime system. Like you just play it for just a little bit while you're laying down.
It's a good snuggle buddy.
Yeah. So I've been playing through Breath of the Wild.
How far are you?
Right before going after the 4 divine beasts.
Okay.
So not terribly far.
Not super far.
But I've just been kind of running around. I was thinking about going and getting all the towers first before I even do the divine beast thing. I think a couple of them are real hard to get as soon as you start the game, though.
Yeah. Well, those like blessings that you get from the defeating the divine beast boss make them a lot easier.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, okay. So maybe you can help me out here. Where the hell do you get the fireproof armor? Where do you get that?
I don't know. I don't even think I got that far when I played.
I'm gonna have to look that shit up.
Yeah, I don't remember either. That was so long ago. Because you're trying to go to the mountain. You're like, it's too hot, boy.
Yeah.
It's too hot. Link over there is like, ugh,
yeah, dude, just sweating his fucking ass.
I wouldn't be surprised if you just got to get a bunch of items that cool you down. Because you can just spam eat.
Well, because I did the same thing with
you might not be able to actually
peppers.
get. Yeah, you may not be able to get the armor until you're on. Until you're on the mountain.
On Death Mountain. Yeah.
On Death Mountain. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Well, but Zelda's
Hell
awesome, and I kind of forgot how awesome it is, so it sucked me back in. Yeah. What about you guys?
What about you, Scoot? What you been up to?
Well, I haven't really been doing too much. I finished Sandman.
Oh yeah,
I've heard great things about it.
It's really good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I don't want to say too much about it because if you guys,
all I gotta say is Gwendolyn Christie is the devil. That's amazing.
Hell yeah, dude, she's Lucifer.
Yeah,
dude, and the fight between her and Dream is really cool.
I'm about it. I want to see that. Is it?
Yeah, I haven't read the source material, so I don't know how close it sticks to it. But I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I'm pretty sure Neil Gaiman had a hand in the production of the show.
Oh yeah,
so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. As long as the original creator's involved, I don't care if it differs, because at that point it's one of those things where they're at least asking them, hey, can we take liberties with this, rather than just bulldozing them like certain other shows of power.
Wow.
So
I've actually been hearing good things about that. I might actually start that show.
I'm going to watch it.
Eventually. Yeah, I will too.
Yeah. But other than that, man, I've been working on this Made in Abyss video.
Oh, yeah.
I got a good chunk of the script recorded this morning. I had to stop because the game's on. But, got a good bit.
Who's playing today, huh?
I saw your other Made in Abyss video,
Oh, yeah?
That was great.
On Twitch?
No, it was on the drive.
Oh yeah, the little skit.
Yeah,
that was great.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome.
Man.
Great.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I got another one. I'll put it up for you guys
shorts.
to see.
Yeah, good.
And the rest of you just gonna have to wait for the video.
Use those shorts.
We do got to start making a whole bunch of shorts, huh?
That's real.
But yeah, just been working on that, gathering footage. I'm gonna I'm a little worried because there's a point in the script where I talk about like the death scenes and stuff. So now I have to go and get like a shit ton of really good footage from the game, which means I'm gonna have to put my character in very compromised situations.
You know what you
very
could
dangerous situations.
You could find somebody that's already made a compilation and then make sure that you give them credit in your video that you got it from them. You know what I mean? Because I've seen a couple of.
No, I'd like to just do your own footage. Like
I love.
It just might take a bunch of time. That's the only.
It's going to take a bunch of time, and it's going to take a lot of heartache because I love my character and I don't want to see her hurting. But you know, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few 12-year-olds.
Yeah, right. Like I mean, like whenever I play a Resident Evil or if I play a Tomb Raider game, I always seek out the death animations.
Oh yeah,
like
you gotta lean in.
Really cool.
Yeah, man, they're usually really cool. Oh, dude, Lara Croft's Bad Fur Day. Like, oh, dude, she gets messed up. Dude, she does. She gets so messed up. It's like whenever you're like going down a river, you know, and you just kind of control left to right wherever you go. Yeah. If you fuck up, how she gets like impaled through the head.
I know.
You know, I'm just like,
this is so brutal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that shit. That shit. So yeah, put your
the way she drowns is just
yeah.
So, but yeah, just working on that. So that should be up on my channel very, very soon.
Nice.
Hopefully. So, but yeah, Trey, what's up?
Man, I have lost my soul to Bone Lab. Bone Lab has completely taken over my life.
Oh, buddy.
What was I doing before Bone Lab came out? It seems like I was enjoying
Cyberpunk?
something. I was Cyberpunk. I was really having a great
time. That's the before time.
Cyberpunk.
Who cares about the before time?
And I'm so mad about it, man, because I was so into it. And then they were like, "Hey, Bone Lab, boom, it's coming out in a few days."
Wrecked
and man, which I mean, it's one of our major topics, so we're going to talk about that here in just 1 second.
Yes.
But I've been having a really good time with that.
We're both streaming it.
Yes.
So come check either of us out. We're going to be streaming Bone Lab. I'll probably do a little bit of it later.
Yeah.
Hey,
dude, I'll probably get right on it after this cast.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. What was your question?
Did you do the parkour area?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. All that's a nightmare.
Jesus,
you know?
Dude, somebody ran that shit in like 2 minutes. I looked at the thing. I'm like, how'd you do this in 2 minutes? The whole thing?
Yeah. Seriously. Already? You know what I'm saying? That was like day one.
It just came out.
Yeah.
They're not human.
But that's the thing. It's like they do give you a suite of different options to choose from, right? Yeah. So if you wanted to just hit one game mode over and over and over and over, then that might actually work out. And then of course, once you can actually use the body model and modify your character, then
that
you
might
can
be what it
create
is.
A character for speed, and then next thing you know, you're able to move a little bit.
I didn't even think about that,
easily.
Like the long arm man. You know, I bet you'd rock that stage with the long arm dude. And I bet he jumps super hard.
Right. Yeah. And so like once you're able to like go into the body model and just do some modifications, I think a lot of these things will change dramatically.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Yeah. But it's a blast.
It is really, really good. And so in order to not step on the toes of a topic that we have, let's just go ahead and kick into News Jutsu, and then we will get to more Bone Lab.
Okay. There you go.
Shit.
So, hold on. It's a slower Jutsu today. Ooh. Sorry.
You got a slow motion there.
That's right. Okay. So here. Sad news first.
Okay.
We lost Coolio.
Yeah, rest in peace, Coolio.
Rest in peace, dude.
Rest in
died
peace,
at 59 years old. He was like at a party.
Rest in paradise.
Jeez.
You know?
I guess because he's just kind of always been there. Yeah. I didn't think he was that young, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It felt like he was much older.
Oh, man.
Right. No, he's pretty young considering. But I mean, he was also, he was rough on his own body.
Yeah.
He really, really was. And so, I was not surprised that it was a heart attack. You know, it seemed like that would be the thing. Yeah. But still, that's a great loss, man.
It's a big one, dude. Shout outs to Coolio. Guys.
Do you know that Coolio wrote the Kenan and Kel theme?
What?
Everybody thinks about Gangsta's Paradise, but he's also responsible for Kenan and Kel theme. Baby.
Wow.
I had no idea, dude. That's pretty awesome.
Right? Yeah, dude. It's like Coolio has a lot of work out there that people wouldn't even know about. Everybody just thinks about it. Like, what was that? Dangerous Minds.
Oh yeah, totally. Dangerous Minds. Yeah.
Gangster's Paradise.
What's what's her name?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer was in that one. That's totally it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. And so rest in peace, Coolio.
We will miss you. Okay, so now on to what we were just talking about a second ago. Bone Lab.
So if looking at this image, they've got 3 large weapons on their back. Can you put 3 large weapons back there? I know you can get 2, 1 over each shoulder. They've got 3.
What's up, Whiskey?
What up, Whiskey? What'd it do?
Yo, dude.
She was watching me fail in that parkour for a while. I can't believe she stuck around. I think this image is just some bullshit. I think they're just
right. I mean, but everything else is accurate, right? Yeah, totally. All the way down to the hood that you're wearing.
And these legally distinct from head crabs over here.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I have fun with those things.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of Half-Life in this.
Oh my god.
Game. Like a lot.
And you can like just grab those things when they jump at you, just grab them out of the air. And I've been like grabbing by their legs and like nunchucking them.
Oh yeah. Have you had one actually get on your face?
Oh yeah, you have to rip it off.
But you start seeing the screen that's inside of them and everything, and you got to.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Dude, it's so crazy.
The way they do screen projection in this game is insane. Like they do some really cool tricks that actually work very well in VR. That's all.
Yeah, it's kind of like just looking into the void, the little void splashes that are everywhere. It's really kind of crazy. From a visual perspective, the game is magnificent. So, how are you playing right now?
What do you mean?
Like you're playing the Steam version through your Quest?
Yeah. So through virtual desktop, standing up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, man. It's nuts.
But you've played sitting down, right?
Yes.
So because of that crouch stick, it doesn't matter what you want to do. It just makes it simple. You know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You can
There's a variable crouch on the right stick, and if you press down on it, it'll make you crouch. You press down again, it makes you go semi-prone if you hold it. So it'll tuck you way down.
Yeah.
But if you actually change your elevation, your physical elevation, then you can easily just press up. If you get too low, it'll put you into standing, or you press down, it'll put you in crouching. Now, one thing about that I didn't realize is that might cause you to lose items, because when you crouch, you really have to keep in consideration your entire body, right? Like your holsters will move back. And so you can be crouched and trying to holster something here, but your holster is no longer there. It's actually like back here. And so I've lost pistols that way, man. It's like all of a sudden, I'm like, where's my gun?
See, that's what sucks about Green Hell, dude. Is that like it'll give you a little vibration confirmation when you're near your pockets, but the window's so small that you'll totally move past that spot. Right. And not realize it, and then drop an axe, your only axe on the ground, and you're in the jungle. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Once those spots move,
if you're trying to like reload, on the fly, and there are enemies shooting at you.
Man,
like,
the first time I had to reload, I was a little flustered there. I was going like, where's the
yeah. And I feel like the aim is slightly off. I wish there would be
I can't hip fire
an offset. Right. Like there's some definite QOL improvements that we need.
I think we'll get there
game. I think so too.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have updates and shit.
So the biggest topic here is how divisive the community is, like how divided the community is.
And I got to hear about this. So some people just don't like it at all.
Well, some people think that firstly it was just so hyped up, and they dusted off their VR headset. They pay the $40 for admission. Then they jump into the game and they're just like, what the fuck? The game's only an hour long. We don't know what what am I supposed to do? They don't guide you at all because the game is all about exploration and experimentation, right? It's a lab. And so that being stated, I can openly admit that the game is kind of geared towards veteran VR users.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And so if you're not,
I mean, it made me
VR
feel
user,
wobbly a couple of times. Like in the parkour section specifically, I'd get next to an edge and then I'd be like, okay, woo, okay, center myself again.
Right.
Okay.
But even just a matter of just traversal and just knowing how to, like, pulling yourself up on the ledges.
It's a little rough sometimes.
It's cursed.
Yeah.
It's cursed.
That's the thing I probably hate the most about
Yes.
these two games is the getting yourself up on a ledge. It doesn't make you feel like you've popped up there.
Right, right. It's very difficult. And then it actually has a mechanic where if you're holding your grip buttons, then you will hold on to whatever surface. And so even if you pull up, it doesn't automatically like release you at the top of
You're
it.
still stuck
You have to, exactly. And so if you move your arms, then you pull yourself back off of it. And it's just, it's a lot to think about. A lot of people are also struggling with the jumping because in this game, you actually, you have to hold A, you crouch, and then when you release A, that's when you jump. And in most games, people are used to you press the button, make the action,
and then you jump. Yeah, that's weird.
Like it's weird.
Yeah,
you have to prime it.
You do have like a little bit more variety in your jumps because of that.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's all pros and cons, right? It's all because I mean the biggest issue with that climbing up on stuff is that your physical body has, you know, what am I trying to say? A collision. So everything collides with your body. So it's not like other games where like your hands collide, but then you clip through the center and then pull yourself up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This shit totally like hits you in the chest while you're trying to get up over this ledge, and you're going like
God damn it, you're struggling with this, please. You know
what kept happening to me is getting my arms crossed up while I was trying to climb across things, because you gotta make sure to swing your shit way over here.
Yeah, you gotta go way over because you will go through the rungs, man. All of a sudden, your arms like stuck in between the rungs. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, oh god.
I'm trying to,
you know. And so what they're doing is they're making that evolutionary next step towards like the future of what VR will inevitably become, right? Because like making it, of course, it's still very, very gamey, but changing the way that your skeleton interacts with the world, like making it so that you are, like you're saying, you are a tactile being.
Yep.
You know, it makes the game so much more visceral and terrifying. You know, because if something does hit you, it seems like they actually hit you.
Yeah, right? Really. Yeah, like, man, but I also like it that since you can grab everything, because like with the combat, you know, somebody gets up on you, you can just grab them and push them away. It's a lot like Saints and Sinners in that regard, you know?
Yeah, you can just grab their gun and just, you know. I was at one point where I was getting shot at, and man, I just took a trash can lid, used it as a shield, and I started pushing up on them. And I was like, this fucking works. And then backslap them with that, you know, like there's a lot of possibilities, but if you're not a creatively minded person, then you're gonna feel like, where's the line that leads me from point A to point C?
Right.
You know, like where's the line? And so a lot of people really believe that the game is very short because you go through the first couple of stages, we'll call them chapters,
and then you get
to the lab, you get to the hub, and a lot of people think that they think the game stops there.
Oh, see, I just took a break there, but I was looking around. I was like, wow, there's so much shit to do here. I'll do it later. Yeah. So I guess I didn't feel that way.
Yeah, right. A lot of people are just like, this is the end of the game. This is trash.
There are doors. There's things right there.
There are no mods yet. And it's like, this is day one. Like the game just came out, you know?
Calm it down. We'll have Halo in Bone Lab real soon. Okay, just calm down.
We're gonna have it all, baby. It's gonna be crazy in there.
It's gonna be anime girls, and it's gonna just calm down, okay?
Absolutely. That'll probably be the first thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, it'll be the first thing.
You know? Anime thighs will probably be the first.
And then a furry.
The absolute territory. Correct terminology, please.
The absolute territory.
And then other random trademarked characters. Right?
Yeah, man. And so,
hey, look, I'm Luffy. Hey, look, I'm Snake. Hey, look, I'm
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been thinking about it myself. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna make an Itachi Uchiha.
Oh man,
out the gate. You know, I've got to make some Moronin.
Is this stuff that you're gonna be able to do in like in the game, or are you gonna have to actually go model a character and import
well, there are people who are already working on that, because you can do that, model a character, import the name.
Yeah, totally.
But within the game itself, you can change all the characters' proportions. I found because all through the game, it's one of those games that really they don't like force feed you the storyline. You just have to gather bits of information. But you get to a point where they have these giant billboards that are just basically breaking down how all these systems work. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you'll see one that's like
a
humanoid image, and it shows like all the different fragmentation points in their body that you can hit, and like it's like, oh my god. And then they'll tell you like how locomotion systems work, better ways to hold the items. Now it's very tech jargony, you know, but it's Bone Labs, right? So, but they'll show you like a better way to hold things and the reason why different momentums work better.
If you spread your hands out, then you will hit more accurately, and you'll have
exactly. Yeah, you got to put less effort into it. You know what I'm saying? If you swing wide, then you gotta swing wide. You know, like if you have a shorter grip, and so it's really kind of crazy, man. The further you go, the more it's just like, oh my god, like y'all are breaking it down. But once again, if you're not savvy, you're gonna miss all of that. You know, like the whole thing with the variable crouch, they tell you one time. And it's the crouch under a thing.
I wasn't even sure that they actually told you. I thought it was just down to crouch, and that's all they said.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I was telling you. Yeah.
They want you to experiment. So here's the question. When that rope first swung at you, did you catch it?
No.
Do you remember at the very beginning? You didn't?
Okay. You're talking about the noose, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No. When it showed up, I was just like, oh no.
Oh right. Okay.
Am I supposed to put my head in this?
Oh god.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I mean, man, it's cool, man. It's cool because that thing, man, you grab it and you can actually like flex it.
It's insane.
Like their physics are ridiculous, and like.
Did you see the rope, Scott?
I did.
Oh my god, the rope. The rope is enough.
Yes. The rope is what made me decide to stream the game.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm just gonna play it. I don't care about setting all this shit up. And then that rope came out and I caught it and I was like, yep, going live, you know. But no, man, I mean, people just are kind of, some people are kind of upset for the, you know, more new to VR users.
Oh,
you know, they're kind of like,
I think sandboxy things are wonderful in VR though. Like I'm not the biggest sandbox fan. I think I used to dig, you know, like the kind of God Games style sandboxes. Like I used to like that old PC style things, especially when you have mouse and keyboard, you know.
Right.
But I've never really cared for, you know, like for instance, I don't know, Prototype or, you know, those games like that are trying to be an action game that's sandboxy or that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Or like even Spider-Man, it's a game where you have so many options, so many things to do, or the open world thing. I just kind of didn't want to do all the stuff. But when you have just a straight up, oh, here you can mess with variables, you can go in a room, you can break things, because this is like Gary's mod kind of sandbox. It's not just an open world with things to do. This is totally a make your own shit happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they tell you that, like, you'll get these, you know, like audio blurbs, and they're just like, look, man, it's like, just don't do what's expected.
Yep.
You know, like do something weird, figure things out your own way. And those are some of the best moments that I've had with the game. But I will say that sometimes, like, you know, for all of its technological strides, it definitely has its drawbacks as well. And a lot of that comes from, there's a little jank. It's a little jank. And of course, these things will be ironed out. And that's the thing that I think people need to remember, is that the whole purpose of this is a building block, right? It's all about like, okay, here's the foundation. And then where we go after this, for the next like 3 to 5 years, you're going to see some shit, you know, but baby steps, we're going to have to get there. But a lot of people don't know that once you get to that hub and there are all those different things to do, there is still a story progression.
I knew there was. You can tell the way they drop you off that there's some other shit happening.
There's other shit happening. And if you look around, you just have to take in your surroundings, and they'll tell you.
Hey man, puzzles.
Tell you.
You know how puzzles are.
But people don't like to think, and they don't like to.
Puzzles,
no, they're like, hold my hand, take me through it. And
just make it glow, and I'll walk to it. Okay,
right.
Just make.
And this game's like, nah, son. You know, you better start thinking. So.
Whatever,
dude.
We have talked about this a lot. Sorry to alienate you, Scott. I thought we're moving on.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. There's a whole bunch to take in here, but we'll talk about it later. I'm sure we'll be talking about this for weeks to come.
You know what I think's a lot? That they made a damn Lightyear robot here. This Buzz Lightyear robot is ridiculous.
It's nuts.
it's something.
It looks wonderful. Like it looks so cool. It's,
I mean, if I were
it looks
kid,
expensive.
Yeah, I did not see the price. How much is this thing? Is it $1,000?
Okay, so what this is a robot made by Robosen Technologies, Robosen Robotics, and conjunction with Disney, and they've made a Buzz Lightyear. Like, I mean, he's a robot. This dude, he responds to your voice, so you can ask him questions, and he has AI, so that he can respond very quickly to a large amount of questions.
Crazy.
They're like, he'll never run out of things to say. That's what they advertise. Also, you can, I know, right? And you can update them. You can update them through your phone, and so you can constantly add more lines.
Can
of
you
dialogue.
get Tim Allen's voice?
Maybe so. Well, you know, it's going to get modded to hell and back.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
know it. It's going to get crazy. You have Morgan Freeman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
God,
it's gonna get weird, man. Like, you know, have Busta Rhymes. You know, like that'd be great. But yeah, and so he has, of course, his rocket launcher.
Gilbert Godfrey.
You know, yes, I expect it all. He's got his wings and everything, and all these are controllable from your phone. He can actually walk himself.
Yeah, he can.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, what he can like? He has all these.
But did they give him a real arm laser? Is what I'm asking.
No, we're not killing the kids quite yet. We're not blinding them quite yet.
Okay,
but the mod community will probably handle that too. So
right.
And you can actually dock him. There's a dock you can put him on.
Oh, I didn't see
the
the
dock. Action poses like in the air and
yeah,
stuff, like he's flying or whatever. Like it's absolutely nuts. And so the price tag, you ask, is $999 USD.
I thought it was going to be about $1,000. I really figured it would. Okay,
but you can pre-order it right now for the low price of $749.99.
Well, that's a deal. That's a deal. Right?
I mean, if you got it, you know, it's going to be limited run and it's made for collectors. They made it look like it's for kids.
There's going to be a fucking army of light years coming after kids in a little bit. This shit's going to turn into Small Soldiers. We saw Small Soldiers, guys. You remember?
Dude. Yes, I love that movie.
Small Soldiers, okay? That's where it starts, right here. Remember the beginning of Small Soldiers, what it was all about? 3D printing. You remember that? It was all about, we're in the now. Small Soldiers is now, guys.
I mean, they were predicting the future, man. And I mean, really, go check out this trailer for this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's wild.
Ungodly. And do not let your children see it.
I don't know how I missed the doc.
No matter what, do not let your children see this trailer.
They will want it. And they will bug you for it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because they'll
bug you till infinity and beyond.
And beyond, exactly.
What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. So Guilty Gear Xrd. Is it just Rev 2 getting rollback?
No, Revelator and Rev 2.
That's what I thought. That's why I got the pick here with both of them.
Okay.
And so there's going to be a beta coming up later this year for, you know, just rollback test beta, but that's going to be Steam only. We don't know if everyone's going to be getting rollback at this point in time. They haven't made that announcement yet. And so it may only be the Steam release, kind of like they did with Blaze Blue, Cross Tag, and what was that? Central Fiction as well. But hopefully I also get this on console as well. Guilty Gear Rev 2, I think
really good, is...
I like it better than Strive. Like a lot of people argue with that, you know, like I think for a newer generation of Guilty Gear players, Strive's kind of geared more to that direction. But if you're a legacy Guilty Gear player, Rev 2 is the truth. Rev 2 is like Guilty Gear in 3D instead of being a new 3D Guilty Gear. It's like, here's how Guilty Gear feels. It's 1-to-1 how Guilty Gear has historically felt, but in 3D. And giving it rollback might breathe some more life into it. I feel like Guilty Gear Rev 2 came at a weird time because it dropped, and then like there were so many other fighters that were coming out, like, you know, MK11 was popping, all these other things were happening, so it kind of got overshadowed, and I didn't spend a lot of time with it. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with it, even though I really wanted to learn Answer. Like I wanted to do these things. So I would love to go back.
Plus, I mean, I want to play Batman again.
Absolutely.
I fucking love Batman.
He's know crazy, they're not putting him in Strive.
No, because nobody liked Batman, dude.
I know. He's amazing. And then also, this is the return of Zato 1 true to form. Like, this is my Zato. Like, I've been a Zato main since I was in high school. But Zato in Strive just doesn't feel right, man. You know, he's not the Zato that I've known. So I'm excited about this.
Not my Zato.
Not my Zato.
Not my Zato.
You know, so yeah,
Cool.
we will be seeing this very, very soon.
We are also getting a DNF dual balance patch. What all are they changing? I didn't actually see what's going on with this one.
The funny thing about this is that really it's a troll. They said that they were going to be, you know, making balance adjustments. And then they're like, okay, yeah, towards December, we'll make some adjustments, sure. But the adjustments that we want to make are going to take some time, and we don't know how long, so we'll let you know. So the community's kind of mad because they were like, hey, we have these announcements. And the announcements were that they will eventually announce an announcement.
They're announcing that they're going to announce something.
Yes.
Scott loves those.
I know,
I
right?
hate those.
They happen all the time.
Like, why even announce this?
Dude, they're like, okay, so no, they're not like,
a
hey,
trailer
for a
fucking trailer. Fuck
what they
shit.
did say, they said that they will, when they balance adjust, they will be only buffing characters. Which for a game like DNF Duel, that's
only
terrifying.
buffing characters.
Wow.
They wanted to go crazier, man. They're like, okay, it's worked, but let's break it some more.
Yeah,
you know?
keep breaking it, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Love it.
I do wish we played this game more, you know, because I thought it was fun, but I also understand why people fell off on it, you know, because it's not terribly deep.
Right. I mean, the complexity comes in just being
well, and the Crusader will just break you.
You know, well, I mean, yeah.
Don't make me lay hands. I'll do it.
And then the only person that really got nerfed was, of course, your Infinites, but Swiftmaster caught a nerf.
Yeah.
Outside of that, everything's pretty much what it was.
Swiftmaster. That's still such a funny. It's just that's what kills me about DNF, man. Those names.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, did you guys hear?
What about?
Huge is back.
Huge.
That huge Ackman is back.
Man, did y'all watch this? You watched the trailer?
Yeah, dude, totally.
Dude, that was so sick.
It's funny. We were standing over in the game store talking about this, and then like 20 minutes later, you hit it up in chat, and I was like, haha.
Yeah, dude. Because I was at work, and like we're busy as fuck, and you know, the dude walks up to me. He's like, Trey, come here. And I was like, oh, God damn it, man, what? And he's just like, no, just look. And he showed me, and I'm like, okay, well, that's happening, you know, and I'm on board.
Ryan convinced him to come back because, you know, that's what happened. He's like, come on, buddy.
Dude,
and smiled at him.
It might have gone down just like it was presented. You
really?
Been hanging out at Ryan's house, been like, hey, man, I'm live. You wanna be Wolverine in Deadpool 3? He's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I ain't got anything else going on.
And then they had the follow-up where
they're trying to explain.
Responding. Yeah, dude, that was so
that
good.
That was really good, yeah. Because he's like, no, like Logan happens in the future. So that's still canon. Okay, that's fine. This is
And then it's like, how many times have they killed off Logan anyway? I mean, it just happens to Wolverine and his character.
He's good.
Yeah, as long as a drop of blood, it's like Apocalypse. As long as there's a drop of blood remaining, then he'll come back. It doesn't matter. For those who are not in the know, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman put out a short video, essentially teasing that we will see Wolverine in Deadpool 3. And that
Hugh Jackman
great.
Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know, which he was never my favorite.
Me
like,
neither.
I'll be honest,
I mean, I like him enough. You know,
I thought he did good for the material.
Yeah, but he's also too tall. You know what I mean?
Tall. He's too pretty. He's not animalistic enough for me. Like I really want that animalistic Wolverine.
Well, I hope that this isn't the like moving forward MCU Wolverine. That this is just kind of a fun cameo, fun nod or whatever.
I mean, and especially since they're using a lot of multiverse stuff, like you really never know which direction they'll take this in. But I think it's just for funsies, man.
It's just a way to integrate the Fox universe into the MCU. You know, a little bit more. Yeah.
And then after Logan, I mean, he was amazing in Logan. Logan was
absolutely.
He was really, really good. But it makes me wonder, like, who could play Wolverine? Like, who else would you like to see?
I mean, young Glenn Danzig, but
I mean, that's the answer. That's the only answer, you know.
Young Glenn Danzig,
but not old Glenn Danzig.
No, not now, Glenn Danzig. I don't want that
guy. Nobody wants that guy,
right? But young Glenn Danzig would have been perfect. That sucks that they missed the mark.
I know, really.
Yeah,
he would have been perfect. Who the fuck would be a good Wolverine? I don't know. I really don't even know.
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody that's like currently like active that would probably be good. I just can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that.
We need a fighter. We need like an actual fighter, you know? To be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Get somebody from UFC to come over, you know? Like that'd be the way to do it.
Batista.
Yeah.
Jesus. You know, he'd be a good Sabretooth.
He'd be a decent Sabretooth.
It actually would be a pretty good Sabretooth.
I think we should look towards a lot more wrestlers.
Fucking Chuck Liddell. What about that?
Liddell old. He's too old.
That's the problem. Everybody I want's too old.
Exactly.
Because I've always thought that Brock Lesnar should play Venom. Like,
oh my god,
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock,
just like him.
Yeah,
he looks exactly like Eddie Brock, and his build is exactly like Venom. Like, it's a no-brainer. I'm sure.
I just bought a Venom Pez dispenser. I don't know where it is. I thought it was right here. It's not right here.
Hey, ain't gonna know where hit him.
No, you ruin it every time. I like Venom. Stop it. Damn it. You make me think about those bad movies, especially the second one. At least the first one was kind of fun. Okay,
y'all made me watch that.
Hey, we have to watch bad movies once in a while.
Sometimes, man.
We have to.
That's the name of the game.
Right. They're not all bangers. Okay. Scott, I think this is in your ballpark.
Oh, yeah. Well, they just announced a Kaguya-sama Love is War
Season 3
movie.
Oh, no? Oh, it's
that.
Oh, movie. Oh, I thought it was the film.
No. Because season 3 just wrapped.
Oh, got you. Okay, because that's what I was seeing when I looked this up.
And from what we don't have dates. I'm sure it'll be the same cast as the show, same studio and all that. But they're saying that what's the arc that they're saying they're going to cover in the movie? It's First Kiss is Endless or something like that arc.
Oh.
I haven't read the manga. I've only ever watched the anime, so I don't know what's happening. But I'm sure people who are more up to date on the manga side just squeed a little bit, because this is a good show. So if they turn that into a feature-length film with like great animation, like I can't wait to see what these two characters get up to, because they are fucking ruthless.
Nice. Didn't you say it's kind of like
it's kind of like Death Note if it was a romantic comedy.
Oh, okay.
It's both. Okay, so the thing is, for people who don't know, like, I mean, that's probably a little bit overselling it, but but basically these two characters are trying to get the other to confess their love first, because the whole rules of it, like,
they're playing love chicken.
Essentially, but they're really conniving.
I'm gonna text first.
Yeah, they're really conniving about it, because they're trying not to let on to the other person that they're actually trying to do that. So they come up with these really elaborate schemes, and then you just get to watch them play out and then bounce off of each other, because they'll be like, "Oh wait, she's trying to do that to me. Oh well, I'm gonna turn the tables." And so it's a lot of that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to watch, but to see that in a movie would be great.
But you don't have any idea as far as dates, or it's just
no. They just said,
isn't
hey,
this news
happening
about some news in this announcement about
it? That's a big deal,
because it's an actual announcement.
Okay.
It's not saying, hey, we're about to announce something about this. No, this is confirming that there will be a movie. So there's actual relevant news here.
And then I'm just gonna point this whole thing out, because it may mean absolutely nothing. But this image.
Oh no!
You can see that. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Can you see that?
Oh, Jordan Peele.
Why are those people together?
Yeah. Are they also using Google Meet, by the way? Because that'd be funny.
It does appear so.
Hey, look, we're professionals.
Yeah, dude. Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele on a chat. Can you imagine what would happen?
Honestly, a lot of silliness, most likely.
It
would.
It gets silly, and then it would
place.
get dark.
Let's not go there.
It get really, really dark in there too. Jordan Peele's like, I mean, really, people think of him for horror. I mean, for comedy, but horror's always been his bag. Like,
but
even
aren't those things the two sides of the same coin, though?
I mean, they are right. But he always pushes, even with Key and Peele, like a lot of their.
He pushed it into the creepy a lot of times.
He would. It was like it would start off as like comedy, and then all of a sudden just get dark as fuck, and it's like
surreal. He loves the surrealist kind of thing.
Even I said,
it's like, don't make me put up my spaceman. I'll do it. I'll put my spaceman on. So Stadia's gone. Bye. Bye.
All right. Do we have to say anything else about this? Because this seemed inevitable.
Well, I think it's a big duh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a big duh. We all knew the situation.
Yeah.
And people bought games on Stadia, not just streamed them. They purchased games through the service that's now gone.
And the interesting thing about it, man, is like, Google put a lot of money into this.
Oh.
Like they were paying like tens of millions of dollars just to get like Red Dead. You know what I'm saying? Just for like one title, Destiny. They're paying tens of millions out. And so Stadia is going to go down in January. They're going to shut down all servers. They are refunding everyone for their hardware and for the software.
Oh, really?
So everyone's going to get their money back. Whoa. So don't worry about that. But you made a very good point. The only thing you can't get back is your time.
Right.
And so if you did choose to play, like, let's say Cyberpunk on Stadia,
you don't have that save anymore.
For like 200 hours, right? That save is non-transferable.
Yeah, so it's the Whiskey. It's a cloud-based gaming service that streams games from a.
Oh shoot!
Google
I'm not even looking at the task.
Right.
Whiskey just asked, "What is Stadia?"
Yeah, I know. No,
I mean,
yes, that's how irrelevant it is. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
Yeah, they tried to get in the game as far as the
I'm not
streaming
that surprised that people don't know what the fuck this is.
Right.
But they tried to get in the game a couple years ago.
But they made their own controller and they made their little streaming box and that kind of thing, but you can also do it in browser and that sort of thing. But they also were trying to get like exclusive games and
and the truth of the matter is that they had the most successful cloud-based gaming platform out of everyone.
Yeah,
like it worked very, very well. It's just the game isn't as easy to get into as they thought. Now they were fraught with issues when they first launched the Stadia, as far as like downloads not working, people not being able to like set up or install the software at all, like and when you have a launch like that, man, it's really hard to come back from. Super hard to come back from. But
Google
also
launched a service and it didn't work. Do tell.
I mean, but also their competition, man. Just thinking about you're going up against PS5, Series S and X, while the PS4 is still rocking its prime.
Yeah, because the
Switch
Xbox
has got
is working really well.
Switch has their own cloud-based service. You have Game Pass, which is rocking it. You know what I'm saying? Like they jumped into a pool of sharks.
It was a saturated market.
It was. And they really thought that, since we're Google,
we're fucking Google. Yeah. We're going to have the best service. Well, you did kind of have the best service, but that doesn't mean people want it.
It wasn't enough.
That's right.
Well, because Google's not attached to anything. Nobody thinks of games when they think of Google.
And they don't have any
two, it doesn't
exclusives.
matter how good your service is if it's not that convenient. Because convenience will beat out a lot.
Stadia became convenient. I would say it's just as convenient as the Xbox one. You know what I mean? But it would just sucked when it very first launched. That's the only problem with Stadia.
I think what they should have done, instead of trying to take on the big boys and be like, okay, we want to have all the AAA titles that these other, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo that they have. They should have focused on indie devs. If they would have focused on indie developers and let that be like the indie box, like this is the game box. We're gonna partner with Devolver Hardcore and give them as much money.
But Devolver's on Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
Devolver and Game Pass are best friends over here.
Exactly. I'm like they dropped the ball. They were thinking like we can actually go head to head with the big consoles, and it's like, nah, man, your pockets are deep, but at the same time you don't know the playing field and you don't have consumer trust.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And so,
Well, another
learn today.
Another change in media here is that Trevor Noah is leaving The Daily Show.
That hurts.
Yeah. I still don't think he was as good as Jon Stewart, but I like Trevor Noah.
I don't think there's a point to that. I mean, there's
Jon Stewart's the goddamn goat, dude.
I mean, he is, but I'm just saying, like, I don't. They all had their time in the sun, right? So I don't really see a need to draw comparisons immediately. Maybe once he exits out, then we'll have that talk. However, he's been with the show for 7 years.
Let's say it's been a while.
Kind of, especially for someone with his background and heritage.
Totally. Being from South Africa and
dude,
all that.
Right. Like that's his battle is a very different one from Jon Stewart's.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Jon Stewart will be immediately accepted just from being that white dude on the shit. Call ends in 10 minutes.
Yeah, we might have to rejoin. Pop. We'll have to pop back on, guys. So bear with us.
But yeah, just to finish this out, like it's really cool to see all the strides that he's made, and then also Roy Wood Jr. I went to high school with that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, like Roy Wood Jr. is hilarious, man.
He's hilarious, dude. He's hilarious, and because of Trevor Noah,
it makes complete
that dude
sense,
got a huge platform. So selfishly speaking, I'm like Trevor Noah did one for the fam,
for real,
Yeah, and so. I don't know. I appreciate him. I applaud him.
I do too, but to me, this isn't a bad thing at all. This is because he's been doing so many other things that he's going to go on to great stuff. Like Trevor Noah is going to be doing great stuff, a lot similar to Jon Stewart. Like Jon Stewart took who he was from the identity of this and moved himself into an even more political role. I could see Trevor Noah doing that. I could see Trevor Noah actually being, I don't think he'd hold a position. I don't think he'd do that, but I bet he would be closer to some of these politicians as far as communications wise,
Absolutely.
and I'm down with that. Like this is a dude that can totally talk to fucking anybody,
and aim to understand anyone. He is a very compassionate and understanding person. And he started doing stand up again.
Oh,
and
really?
He's like, he's just like, man, he's like, I love it. He's
it's
like,
been
I love
so
to travel.
long.
He's like, I love learning new languages and learning new things and not just focusing on this, because he has several other projects that he works on in tandem. Yep. And I'm like, boy, I don't know, when you sleep,
he doesn't sleep.
Hairline looking great. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
he's got that The Weeknd hair going on.
Absolutely. That dude, they look identical.
I know. He should come out at a weekend show and just start like lip syncing to it. And everybody's like, wait a second, is this Trevor Noah?
That'd be funny. Yeah. I think a lot of the fans, they'd be so drunk down there, they couldn't tell the difference at first. They wouldn't even know.
Did The Weeknd get a little taller? I don't know.
Let him do the whole show. They wouldn't even know. And so, yeah, man. So we salute your service, brother. Okay, y'all want to stop this and we cut this now? And...
We got 8 minutes. Let's try to hit another couple of news points because these other ones are pretty simple.
Pretty short.
I got the October monthly games from PlayStation Plus, which Hot Wheels Unleashed, Injustice 2, and Super Hot, the flat version.
Hot.
Which I've never played the flat version of Super Hot. So awesome. I'll get that. I'll play that. You picked up
a different experience.
Hot Wheels Unleashed a few months ago when it launched, right? Was that?
Yeah, I got it at launch, and
you had fun with it, right?
A great time. Oh, dude, it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah,
it's really fun. The AI is jacked.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be near perfect to win some of those races when you get in there. And then there was a problem with it's one of those games where it has its RPG mode or whatever that you go through. Then you kind of run out of stuff to do. But it's really all designed around the premise of people making custom tracks.
Okay.
And the customization of the tracks and of the cars itself. For the price of free, everyone should play this game.
I'm definitely downloading it.
Yeah, dude, like those models, especially, most of us played with Hot Wheels as a kid. And those models are one-to-one perfect. When you flip and rotate them, look at the bottom, you see the serial numbers and everything, and it's just crazy. Now they have since added a lot to DLC, which is the reason why this is going free, because if they can get their hooks in,
they can milk you for them DLCs. Look, you used to own this car when you were a kid. Don't you want it digitally?
The
it looks
first
perfect.
taste is free.
It's like, don't you want a Chun-Li car? Don't you want an M. Bison vehicle?
I don't know. They got a Blanca truck. We talking about that?
They don't, man. If they had a Blanca truck, I'd have it. I just go ahead. I don't even have the game
big old
installed.
Zangief semi.
You know what I'm saying? And so we got, but we have Hot Wheels Unleashed, Injustice 2, Super Hot, Rogue Explorer, and Crisis Wing. And so those are also added to the list.
See those other two.
But
Rogue
also,
Explorer? I don't know that one.
I've never played it. I don't know much about it either. Probably just, Rogue, if I have to guess. But Injustice 2, I think, is exciting here, man.
I haven't played Injustice 2 in a long time.
That's a great
I think
game.
that's also going to be one that they also can milk people with some DLC, but not a whole bunch. But there are some DLC characters,
Yeah. They can set us up for Black Adam. They're setting us up for Black Adam, and then. So
do you think they'll do a PS5 release of Injustice 2 with some extra characters potentially?
No. No, they're working on Mortal Kombat 12 right now. So our next big announcement should be Mortal Kombat 12, and the rumors are.
But we love MK11.
I mean, MK11 is dope. I love that game. But the rumor mill thinks that we might see a Marvel versus DC, and that might be the next thing coming from NetherRealms. They put out a poll. Ed Boon just put out a poll like, "Hey, what do you guys want?" And that was the biggest thing. And
I like MK versus KI as an idea. Like, I think that's a real good one.
I think KI might end up in Arc System Works' hands, or I'm sorry, Bandai Namco. But Bandai Namco might outsource some to Arc System Works because they work in tandem together as well. Man, and so
this is some shit. We got some cross pollination happening.
It's getting fucky over here because I mean that's the thing. Like Iron Galaxy is not going to do the next KI, and a lot of people think it's going to be Bandai Namco, but they really specialize more in 3D versus 2D, which is why people think that Arc System Works might also end up being involved, which would be amazing, right? Amazing. That's totally what we need. Ed Boon is known to be a troll, and he's known to hide details in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? He does it all the time. And so, I expect Game Awards, we'll see MK12 announced. I expect by this time next year, we'll see something on either Injustice 3, but I think it's probably going to be Marvel versus DC.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that could be great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It would sell, man. It would sell.
How are we on time?
We got 4 minutes left. Let me see. We got trailers here. I'm actually fine with just talking about this one real quick. Overwatch 2 has a trailer.
So we got our release date. It comes out on Tuesday.
Right.
Looks neat.
And so
I mean, it looks great. It looks a lot like the first one. It's a little bit better looking, but not by much, which means that you're not going to have to get a new PC to play Overwatch 2. That's really the biggest thing about it. Is that Blizzard loves optimization. You're going to be able to run this game. Also, I mean, it's kind of weird because the game is going to be free to play. Right.
But the way that they're setting it up is if you own the previous Overwatch, then you'll have access to all the characters at Overwatch 2's launch. Because this is actually overwriting Overwatch 1. Right. So Overwatch 1 won't even exist anymore. You can't go into it at all.
That's so wild. So does that mean they also aren't going to have all the maps from Overwatch 1?
Well, they'll probably import a lot of those maps. A lot of these maps are very, very similar. Some of them are like nighttime versions of those previous maps or day swap versions. But if you didn't previously own Overwatch 1, then you'll have access to 3 new characters, kind of like they do with multiverses with the revolving free characters.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You choose to unlock the other characters.
That makes sense.
They say in order to unlock everyone, you have to do at least like 100 matches, which, if we're talking about like 30 characters or so, that's not really that
that's
bad.
Not crazy. No, that's not too bad, dude.
Unlock a character every 3-4 matches.
Oh yeah, dude, that's not bad. Yeah, you could do that in a weekend. You could knock it out. It ain't no problem.
Did y'all spend any time with Overwatch?
No, I've never played Overwatch.
Dude, we should spend some time with this. It's a great game. It's really, really fun. I feel like hero shooters.
We have 2 minutes left.
Let's just cut it, man. Why are we doing this?
That's what I'm saying. That's the words.
We're kind of okay. We'll be right back very quick. Take a quick break and redo the call, and we'll be right back, guys. Hang with us.
It'll take no time. Just hang out.
Yeah.
Yep, but I'm still.
We're getting another invite.
Yeah, we're gonna get another invite in just a second. Just hold with us. Sorry about the delay. Where's this other invite? Aha, okay. Rejoin in the chat now. Thank you guys for bearing with us.
Welcome back.
We are right back. See, that didn't take much. Okay.
No. Hey, but okay, so Scoot, you got your issues. Phil, did you subscribe to Google One?
Nope.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Okay. All right, so what was next?
We'll have that figured out. We'll have that figured out by next week, man.
Let's see.
Next time we go remote, we'll have that figured out by then.
our next item is the what's the name? What's the name of this movie? Suzume no Tojima. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So Scott,
new Makoto Shinkai. Let's go.
New Makoto Shinkai. Did you guys watch this trailer?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen this trailer, but we were talking about this like
a while back
when it was first announced. Yeah,
this is the second trailer, and we're getting a little bit more of like what this is actually about. So apparently, like in the trailer, there's like this alternate dimension, and like this spirit cat demon thing comes out, turns this dude into a chair, and this girl's trying to figure out how to turn him back from a chair, and then permanently lock that other dimension away. Now. Makoto Shinkai has been kind of hitting it out of the park the past few movies, but this kind of reminded me a little bit of Children Who Chase Lost Voices, which is rough.
Ooh.
So I don't know, but like I don't know, man. He has a habit of like he'll expand like his story really wide to just be able, I guess, to kind of experiment. And then he'll take all the things that he learns from the experimentation for the next movie and then just condense it all down. Like, because that's what happened with Your Name going into Weathering with You, is he did everything that he possibly could, because what isn't that movie? Right. And then with Weathering with You, he was just like, okay, cool, I figured out all the things I want to do for this next one. Let me just put it all, condense it all down and like tell an actually like really satisfying like story with this next one. So it feels like he's back in his experimental, like, I'm just gonna go wild and do whatever the fuck I want.
Well, I mean, but that's I think that's what the community really kind of needs, It's
I'm down with
shot
it.
in the arm, like from an artistic perspective, like his movies are very thought-provoking, and also at the same time, he can kind of do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Because the people.
Well, now he's got a really good team behind him now.
Like,
so I mean, his character designs and his animations aren't butt ugly. So.
Well, I mean, there's that, but what I'm saying is, from an emotional standpoint, people are so emotionally invested in Weathering with You and with Your Name, like.
Right.
Like, they approach his movies with like an open heart. So it's a very different thing, man. Like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm very interested to see where this is going to go. But I have some friends who they're already buying like stocking Kleenex because they know they're just going to cry.
They already know this is just going to make me cry.
Oh man, they're coming prepared. And so
heck yeah.
I'm super.
It looks
excited.
good.
Yeah.
So
it does
November 11th looks like. That's
very
when
soon.
we're getting it. I'm with that life. Did you, Philip? Did you watch any of those movies?
I watched Your Name.
Watched Your Name. Yeah, we watched Your Name together.
Right. So you didn't see Weathering with You?
I had
Weathering with You is so good.
It's very good.
That's easily his best movie so far.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like it more than Your Name?
Yes.
I think that, I mean, that's up for debate, but I do see why you would say that. But I think that, I don't know. But once again, Picasso versus Picasso, right? So
right.
What's the point? Well, once this comes out, we can have a show about it and his works and the progression.
Okay. Well, we got anime coming up next year.
Next year, anime.
Next year.
Cerdita.
So it's Piggy in English. That's what the name of this film is going to be in the English version. But I'm definitely watching the Spanish version of this movie. Like, there's
absolutely.
no question at all. But yeah, Cerdita. This looks fucking great.
I don't know if there will be an English dub. I hope
not.
I hope that they don't.
I certainly hope not.
Honestly. Because I think it really does, I prefer when movies are spoken
in their native tongue and then you read it. Yeah.
Right. Some people don't want to read and I'm like, well, go color in your book. Like, that's fine.
You don't color in reading books, Trey.
No, that's just pictures. It's just pictures. You color on the pictures and it's fine. But no, Cerdita looks crazy. And so, this is a film about, I think her name is Anna, and so she's always struggled like with her weight, things of that caliber. And the way that they portray everything is that she's been picked on by all the girls like in her school, like all of her peers. She works at a butcher shop, and so that doesn't help. And so all these people who've been picking on her. Apparently, there is a kidnapper,
serial killer, something
in the community, and in one scene, she actually sees a girl getting abducted,
and it's one of the ones that picked on her, dude.
The girl expects Anna to help her, and Anna's
she's just like,
bye, Felicia.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, wow, this is one of those messages that people need today.
I like it.
I'll be like, pushing somebody around, and then when you need their help, trying to butter up to them, and I'm like, sometimes it might not work out that way.
It seems like it's a very interesting anti-bullying message now, huh?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely
right. But no, this looks great. This looks absolutely great. I'm down with this, man. And I guess it was selected by Sundance too. So
So this will be coming out on October 22nd. So we might have to somehow.
There's so many spoopy movies.
I know, so much spoopy. So much spoopy.
Okay, next up is Wild Hearts.
This looks wild.
Who the hell said EA and Koei Tecmo could hang out with each other?
Dude, for real. That was the weirdest thing for me. The second I saw that, I'm just like...
You're like, this feels off. What's going on here?
Yeah. And who's in control of what? Because that's what I need to know.
Yeah.
And what are we doing for DLC and monetization? Now I'm scared. Because
Koei
Tecmo is also just as bad as EA.
They're just as bad as EA.
If you look at like the DOA DLC, there's thousands of dollars worth of DLC,
killing
just of, like different costumes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, this is going back to like DOA 5. Like it's still present. DOA 6 already came out. So, but from a gameplay standpoint, this game looks dope.
It kind of looks like Monster Hunter.
A
little bit.
It kind of looks like I don't know what else. I mean, it's got that Koei Tecmo flair to it. It's got that like that Neo kind of vibe to it.
It kind of had a Neo kind of Sekiro vibe going at the same time. It had like it looks like an amalgamation of a lot of things. I wish we could play the trailer because this is one that really
one we could play next week too because it's just hot.
It's hot.
So we might end up doing that.
And it's like what else going on? Because at some points it looks like you're actually like building little structures.
Yeah, really. What the hell?
I don't know.
The guy built the hammer that was like on the it swung.
Yeah, he built a hang glider.
Right. It just popped up on the hang glider. Went after the big lizard thing. Yeah. It's like,
dude, they had dragon killers out there. Like, I don't know what this is.
I don't know. I want to see more of this.
So February 27th is our release date for Wild Hearts.
Multiplayer.
Definitely check out the trailer. And I don't know how many. It's like it looked like at least 3.
3, 4. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. But it looks really cool.
That's
out
crazy,
of nowhere, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get hit by Forspoken, and then it's gonna be Wanted Dead, and then Wild Hearts, right? Now this is something else.
They keep taking everything that we were around as kids and just making it terrible, right? They're like, hey, you don't know the dark side of this situation.
Hey man, Mr. Rogers got got a pass.
Yeah, he did.
That documentary is fucking heartwarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very true. But I mean, y'all were around when all this was going on.
Yeah,
I
didn't know shit about this.
Yeah, I feel like I was already too old by the time Barney dropped, but I was there for like everybody just being like, "Fuck that dinosaur."
Yeah, right. And that's what I mean.
Why?
Like everybody hating on it, not necessarily watching the show.
Right.
It's just like it received so much backlash and hate just because it was a super happy, show about love.
Well, and it
like that's creepy. Yeah,
it got huge. Barney was huge back in the day.
I think the thing that was off-putting to me is how many children's parties had a Barney. It wasn't so much that the show existed. Like, show's fine, but I think I went to like 2 parties when I was a kid that had a Barney,
like,
and I was like,
Sesame Street. Like, I mean, who else was as big of an icon in the
really,
like not puppet world, but as far as costume characters for kids, like but before that, what was it, Teletubbies? And that was
Teletubbies was after.
I was about to say,
right? Okay, so Barney opened the door for the weirdness that was Teletubbies.
Yeah, but really, like Barney, Sesame Street, and then I guess if you really wanted to include them, like Ronald McDonald and Grimace and shit.
But
but they're a different thing.
The banana splits.
They'd still have those.
Sesame Street and
you mean Bananas in Pajamas?
Bananas in Pajamas.
That was way before Barney. That was like you know, a generation before.
And when it like Australian or something.
It was Australian, yeah.
Yeah,
but
Barney was. This was in the 90s.
Yeah,
and so like there wasn't really a lot of
people hated some Barney though.
Show. Yeah, you know, Barney and Baby Bop, dude, fucking hated them. And so, but Baby anyway, Bop. So wow, there's a show. That out, didn't you? There's a show. Oh yeah, man, it is what it is. There's a show that's being made about it called "I Love You, You Hate Me," and the whole premise is all of the people who were making the show ended up being like subjected to like death threats. You know, people were hating on Barney so hard that they were like hanging him on nooses, setting him on fire,
cutting him up with shears.
And a lot of these people were those kids that were too old for it, so they were going through that angsty, edgy time. But then, you know, with rise of the internet as well, I remember there was an online game I played called Barney Splat, and it was a it was all text based, and you're like on the Barney show, and it's all about trying to find a way to kill Barney and the kids, or kill Barney or the kids, or get into the suit of Barney and kill the kid. It was all about just like murder on the set of Barney. You know, you could like drop LSD into the kids' juice boxes and make them trip out. Like there was a lot, and there was a lot like that. Yeah, you know, and so they're making a docuseries about it, and I'm gonna watch it.
Hell yeah, it could be interesting.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So weird.
Super weird. Yeah.
I love you. You hate me. That's a brilliant name.
Yeah, I saw that title and I was just like, what is this? And then I saw Barney. It's like, oh, well, that makes more sense.
Yep. Yep.
Great
because
title
right
for this.
now, like considering just the current landscape of things, with Monster coming out, you know, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, a lot of people
I don't like
really
it that they called it Monster.
Well, I mean, right? That's already been done, and it's been done very, very well.
The Eileen Wuornos story is amazing. Charlize Theron is so fucking good in that movie.
You would never know Charlize Theron. Like, and Christina Ricci too.
Oh, man, and so, Christina Ricci, totally. Right. Yeah.
Shout out. But the problem with this Dahmer situation is that a lot of the like families of the victims are like, hey, we feel re-traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been trying to put this behind us. But Dahmer got, you know, killed in prison, so whatever the fuck him. But it's like they don't go to the survivors' families before releasing something like this. You know, they release it. It's kind of like what they did with Mike Tyson, right? They did that autobiography.
Yeah, dude, that's so distasteful.
They didn't clear it with Mike Tyson,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And so people are to a point now where, and this is an important question. It's like, how many of these documentaries do we need? How many of these docuseries do we really, really need? And the answer comes down to, well, until you stop watching them, they're not going to stop making them.
I mean, it's at that point where there's a lot of these shows that aren't being made for anything other than to make more content. It's not It's just so that there's always something that you haven't seen on Netflix. That's
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Dude, let somebody die, okay? Like Julio, I'll give it a week before there's a show. Queen Elizabeth, it took one day, right? You know, anytime there's a great tragedy like that, anytime we lose someone, you know, they've already been just waiting. You know, just waiting.
Yeah, they already got the bullet in the chamber, man. They're just
they wrote it 5 years ago. They're just waiting for their opportunity. They've already got it lined right up, right?
Well, I mean, Blood and Honey, they finished that up real quick.
Yeah,
they already had that filmed.
I think they
were
did.
They were just like, yeah, this is done. We just waiting for this to go into public domain
because they knew the date it was going into public domain. So all they had to do was just plan for it. That's just smart. That's just with somebody.
But I mean, when you got somebody old, then is it not the same thing? It's like,
hey,
okay, well.
Am I wrong? Isn't Dahmer the one that jumped out of the window and ran away? Isn't he the one that like he was in like the police? He was like in not the courthouse or something like that. I think it might have been the courthouse. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never heard that about Dahmer. Dahmer was always the person that was just like, oh well, they got me.
Well, but he's the one that was getting all the letters from ladies, right?
No, he always went after men.
No, sure, but who was the one that was getting marriage proposals?
John Wayne Gacy?
No, that definitely was not John Wayne Gacy.
Not Gacy.
No, one of them.
No, what's his name? The pretty one. Come on, man. Everybody, he's very well known. He's like one of the most notorious serial killers of all time. and I cannot remember his name for the life of me.
Yeah, I can't
like
either.
Super charming, beautiful. No, this was not Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's
Jeffrey
not
Dahmer. No, he was the one that was going after men, and then he was killing them, and he started eating people.
Yeah.
And eating people's hearts and trying to feel as close to them
yeah,
because
you did say he got killed in prison, and I remember how now. Never mind.
Right. Yeah. And so so that's no. I don't think any ladies, especially if you look at Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't think any women are just like, ooh, that one. You know, like Ted Bundy. Ted
motherfucking Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Thank you, Whiskey. Yeah, see,
good looking.
Yeah, Bundy's the one that jumped out of the window. He like jumped straight out of a window and broke his ankle and then ran the fuck off. And then the cop came back in and was like, "Where'd he go? Oh shit, the window's open."
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the whole thing about Bundy. He'll just lull you into a false sense of security.
Right, okay, yeah.
But he was an animal in there. Boy.
Got you. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll watch this one on Dahmer. I know there was an old movie on Dahmer.
I don't know if you should. I don't know if you should watch. I don't know if you should support it. The only reason why
I'll pirate it. How's that?
Huh? Well, okay.
Does that make you feel better? That's what I'm gonna do with Rings of Power. I'm gonna pirate it so I don't give Amazon a watch.
Right on. Yeah, I'm with that. Right?
I'm joking. I don't pirate things.
The only thing that I do, kind of appreciate about the Monster series, is that the person who's playing as Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm trying to get his name.
Yeah, who is that guy?
Well, he was in. He was Tate in American Horror Story. Matter of fact, he's been in a lot of American Horror Story, bro.
Oh, okay.
A lot of American Horror Story, and I'm trying to get his actual name because it is worth.
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters.
Thank you, Whiskey, coming in clutch today.
Yeah, Evan Peters is a phenomenal actor.
Oh yeah, it's Quicksilver. Yeah, totally. It's Quicksilver. Yeah.
Yes, he's very, very good, and he usually plays dark roles. He's very, very good at very unsettling roles, and he seems like he kind of nailed Dahmer. Yeah. You know, he did a very, very good job. And so, but
we have another stabby person to talk about.
It's a very stabby evening. Oh, Scott, did you get stabbed, Scott? Are you okay?
I got stabbed.
He did.
Yep.
I did.
I say he did.
Oh no, cord, man. Every time. Every time.
Is the cord stabbing you? Is it?
No, the cord is in a very awkward position and it keeps pulling the camera down.
Oh no.
So hold on.
That was a wonderful way to jump us into our main topic, Scott. You just
That's right. I got dead.
You killed the intro.
I killed it.
Literally.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Right, I think I got it fixed.
Scream 2022, which some people are calling Scream 5 because technically it is Scream 5, but they're just calling it Scream, which they even make the
how many Screams have there been?
This is the fifth one.
5.
This is that's why they're calling it Scream 5. Yeah.
I thought there was like, a reboot and
this is the reboot kind
this
of.
Is the
requel.
The requel because they make this whole thing at the beginning about exactly what's going on with it. I mean, look, Scream's always been that movie that's it's self-aware.
It's a parody.
Right.
It's a parody.
Right.
It's trying to be self-aware. It's trying to be meta.
But at the same time brutal. So that's its whole thing. Is it's like supposed to be meta, but it's supposed to be absolutely brutal at the same time.
It does that thing that kind of gets annoying with lampshade hanging when people are like, "Hey guys, it aren't slasher movies just like this?" And then they do the thing and it's like, "Yeah, so what are you saying about it?" They don't really comment on it. It's just like, "Hey, here's another one of those."
I don't know, man.
We're just being self-aware about it.
I feel like this movie was, because the whole point was to bring Scream to a new generation. It's easy to forget how long running of a series Scream is.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm saying?
Was it 96?
It's 96.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So like I was in high school, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so it's like that was a really long time ago, bro. And I think that, them taking that combined with like internet culture, combined with, all the people who are raised on horror movies and jaded by it. And it's just like, who cares, man? Here are the rules. Here's how things play out. Don't ever say I'll be back. And that was also a callback to Scream 2, Scream 4. There are tons of callbacks.
Oh, the movie's full of callbacks.
Yeah, right. But I think it was well executed, man. Like at first, and I went into it wanting to roast it. And then I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, yeah, right. They are. It's like the scene where you have, the kid in his mom's house, and they keep like subverting your expectations of when the jump scare is coming.
Keep doing that thing where he like opens the door and it's like the
here it comes, and it doesn't happen.
The music
here it goes,
a little
it doesn't
bit,
happen. Right, and usually they don't stack them up like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But this time they stacked it up like 5 times in a row, and it's
a row. Yeah.
How many rakes is funny, guys?
The first 2 times I was like, oh, I see what they're doing, whatever. And then by the time the 5th one happened, or by the time the 4th one happened, I was just like, okay, this is kind of funny. Like,
because I mean, it is. It's a comedy.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Is like starting like the first hour of this movie is just kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's boring. It's just kind of like, it's kind of grown worthy.
Well, it's cookie cutter.
But like halfway through, it does start getting really entertaining. So
yeah, they just set it up in your standard tropey horror way. You know, that's the whole point of this movie. It's like it's making fun of itself, and it's being, like you said, like super self-aware, and it's being meta. And I don't think, in a lot of ways, it's like, you know, I've seen a lot of movies try to be meta. This movie's meta as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point that it makes you even question who the killer might actually be.
Did you guys try to?
Yeah.
And you know that there are 2 always, and it's like damn, man, it's like it could be almost any one of you bastards. And that's great.
I kind of called Amber immediately.
Oh, I called Amber totally. I called Amber, but I thought it was going to be Amber and Tara. I thought that they were going to be like, they were going to have. Honestly, what I thought that the twist was going to be is that there was going to be a 3rd person. So I thought we were going to have.
Amber, I was kind of waiting for the 3rd killer too.
Yeah, I thought Huey was going to be a part of it, but I thought Tara was also going to be a part of it just to get revenge on her sister. Yeah. Or it was going to be like it was going to turn out that Amber was also the child of the serial killer, and she's like, oh well, you can't be the killer because I am, and it skips a generation and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then they finished in just true 1-to-1 Scream fashion.
Yeah. So did you guys try to count the horror legend name references?
No, because I just
like
kept
Loomis, Wes, Carpenter.
All of that was set up from Scream 1.
Yeah,
how many
but
they
also kept saying everything about other horror movies. Like the whole time she kept being
Psycho.
like, the Babadook's my favorite. I thought that was funny, you know?
Right. And when she was explaining why in the beginning, I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we go forward, how many of the Scream movies have each of you seen?
I've definitely seen the first one. I'm sure I've seen pieces of the other ones.
Okay, cool. Because that's important to know.
I've seen the first one.
Because this movie does like reference a lot from Scream 1, 2, and 4. Not so much Scream 3. There's still some Scream 3 in there.
Okay.
But you know, like a lot of those Easter eggs, like the naming of the characters, all of that, like that was set up back in Scream 1. Because this was even when it says for Wes, which is really interesting. After Wes dies, and they do that toast at the party to Wes. You know, that was the character's name, of course, who died, but it's also Wes Craven, who we lost in '95. And this is the first Scream that's not directed by Wes Craven.
Right.
And so, like at the end of the movie, it says like for Wes. And so like, I don't know. I think for all of those intentional, almost like cringe, like it's almost intentionally cringeworthy, right?
To some degree. Yeah. But I mean, you get into a flow the more you watch it, the more and you kind of just get used to, oh, this is just how people talk in this movie.
It's great because the whole time it's like a whodunit, right? So the whole time they're actually in on that. They're in on the whodunit with the audience,
right?
Yeah,
and I like the part at the party where the girls like, you know, trying to get him to go back to the you know, let's go upstairs to the bedroom. He's like, I'm gonna have to.
I don't know.
I'll stay down here with all the people and the witnesses.
I'm like 99% sure you're not the killer, but like
for real,
that was pretty funny. Yeah,
and it was really funny when you know, Huey's about to go down, and his name is not Huey in the movie.
I know. You keep calling him Huey because of the boys.
All you can see.
Yeah. And there was a Dewey in this movie too, so it was killing.
Yeah, Dewey's the cop.
The cop.
Right? Yeah, because it's
I will say that was a
it's David Arquette
kill.
Yeah,
Dewey.
That one's bad. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah, he was like, it's an honor, even though it's weird. Like, you know, I don't know how y'all want to actually go about having this discussion, but you know, Ghostface in this movie was just like unreasonably strong. Especially for any time, because at that point that had to be Amber, right? And so she should not have been able to like pick that dude up and flip him and stab him and lift up the blade. Like she shouldn't have been able to.
She's been weight training, man. She's been weight training.
Well, she got taller. You know what I'm saying? And bulletproof vest makes you cumbersome. And so there's a theory like that this might be setting up for the future of the Scream franchise, because we never actually saw one of the killers, one of the original killers. We saw him get a TV knocked on his head, but we didn't see him actually die. And so there's a chance there might be a third killer that we might find out about.
So you're saying that because of the inaccuracies with her, that might be setting up for this other thing?
It could be.
I think that's giving this too much credit. I'll be honest. I think that's giving this shit way too much credit.
Look. They're clearly going to make another one.
Yeah.
Right? The whole point of this and introducing the term requel is so that we know that, hey, we can go on with the Scream franchise without having all the legacy players. So they brought the legacy players back, killed off David Arquette. Our two Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell, they're still alive. But there's going to be something else for the next movie. And then at one point, even Amber was like, what'd she say? She was like, because she would switch, right? Like whenever she got caught, she'd be like, "Oh my God, I'm the victim." She's like, I was indoctrinated or all this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, that's really interesting because there has to be a mastermind. And also the house that they were in, that was in that other killer's house. I'm trying to remember the name of that character, but that was actually in his house. And so they could really easily be alluding to this other killer because right now we're focusing on her dad.
It was the Loomis. I can't remember the first name.
Yeah, it's his real name is very, very silly. But anyway, IMDb is being a dick. But yeah, like we're focusing on him and her being his son, her being his daughter. But there was still another killer who we haven't followed the course of. So I could totally see them. Because this isn't going to stop. This isn't the end. Like there's going to be a sequel, and it'll probably pick up right where this one left off. You know what I'm saying? The same thing they did with Halloween. The same thing with Jamie Lee Curtis. They even reference that in the movie. Like they're rebooting the series, and we're going to see another Scream. We're going to see probably 2 or 3 more.
Probably.
But I don't know. I like the Scream franchise. I like them. I think they're good popcorn schlock.
I will say this movie kind of made me want to go back and watch the ones that I hadn't seen, because I mean, look, the first movie's dumb. This movie's pretty dumb. But dumb can be fun.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's like watching old Friday the 13th or Halloween slasher flicks, man. Because the thing about Ghostface is that they are so fallible. It's almost like watching a cartoon. Ghostface gets fucked on constantly.
Yeah, he's always falling down. He's always
but they never they always knock him down and run away.
He's slapstick the killer.
They never exactly. Absolutely. Like they never knock him down and then go and curb stop him real quick.
Right.
Even when David Arquette got
he could have just shot the motherfucker right there in the head.
Shot the motherfucker right there. Exactly. Yeah. Why the fuck? Well,
it's like Scream is all about the bad decision. It's all about
it's all about the crowd being like, no, don't do it.
And they're baiting you.
Well, and again, that's one of those like lampshady, like hanging kind of things, because the characters are like constantly saying what they should be doing, but then they're constantly doing what they shouldn't.
Because the movie is designed to be watched in a theater. With a whole
can see that.
People and a whole bunch of reactions, and then everyone gets involved, and then you have a good time. But I mean, there are a lot of inconsistencies where they fuck around. Like, why didn't the sheriff have a gun when she ran?
Well, hey, dude, you want to know the one that really fucked me up? Why isn't there anybody in that goddamn hospital?
The hospital was closed. It don't make no damn sense.
Bullshit.
Okay, how about this?
Bullshit. There's always somebody at a hospital.
No. I'm not justifying it. What I'm saying is I'm agreeing with you that was some bullshit. But that's what I was leading towards is during that scene where she's going to the hospital, where they start off, it is daytime. Then they get in the car, they drive, and it goes, and then all of a sudden it's night. And then after it's fucking crazy. And then after that scene, it's back to daytime.
It's back to
daytime.
It's like,
the fuck is happening? And that happens all throughout.
It does.
None of the editors check anybody else's work.
The only thing is, I can't help but think that they're hyper aware of it, and it's on purpose.
Well,
you know, like I think they're just throwing in movie logic, and they're just like, you know what?
That just
fuck continuity.
That doesn't make it better.
Like, it doesn't make it better.
It's because you do it on purpose.
It just makes me wonder.
Hey guys, I'm gonna kick my amp in, and then we're gonna play that way. I'm just gonna kick my foot right through the speaker, but I'm doing it on purpose, so it doesn't matter that it sounds shitty.
Well, at least he knows what
purpose.
he's doing.
I meant to do this, right?
I've seen people smash guitars on stage, so I don't know, man. I don't know what their goal was there. I think it was just it's either leaning into the slot. It's either leaning into the slot, in and out. Or they just don't have a clue what the fuck they're doing, and that's a possibility as well.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought that the kills were brutal.
Oh yeah,
I think they escalate because the first couple of kills I was like, this is kind of bland.
Sure,
but by the end, it was pretty good.
But was that when it was stab?
Yeah,
because I think that was when it was stabbed. So that's part of the thing, right? Is that they're trying to make it like a cheesy slasher at the beginning,
right? Well, they're trying to make it like Scream, right? So exactly. the very first kill is just it's just
Scream.
That's what Scream do,
right?
And then it starts getting creative. They did a lot with like facial prosthetics and
the one with the neck,
the cheeks,
the neck, man.
the
neck is the one that actually made me cringe. Where I was just like,
and I thought he was gonna pop it out the side at first. I was like, man, what are you about to do?
Don't do it.
Like,
no,
nope, just holds it there and looks.
It's almost
like
worse
when Amber burst into flames. Dude.
Oh yeah, bad. It was real bad. And then when she popped out, she was all melted. Like this is bad, right?
Yeah,
so I definitely enjoyed that. I had a good time looking at the kills and the way that they did the prosthetics, and from like a makeup standpoint and that kind of thing. Like all that shit was pretty solid. You know what I mean?
Great.
It's very bloody. The blood looked convincing. That's a big thing, you know, because a lot of times they use bad blood in some of these things. Now this was good blood. It was good blood.
Good blood. Very good blood. And then when she finally did kill Huey, and she's like going like, don't fuck with the serial killer's daughter.
Oh, and she's just going ham.
And then they're like, well, you know, are you sure? Gives her the gun, and she's like, just to make sure, and she just goes, blow, blow, blam. That scene with his head being shot and rocked
that was brutal.
Around
That was brutal.
Was great.
Right.
It was great. And so I think that's what they did, right? It's like they know why people come to watch Scream, right?
But
and they gave that to you up front, and then they start twisting it.
But did they intentionally make the rest of it bad? Did they really do that? Because that's the way I felt.
I don't think the movie was bad.
Oh man, I thought everything except for the kills was fucking terrible. I thought the acting made me cringe constantly. The plot points made me sad. Like I was watching this movie going, God damn it, this is 2 hours long.
I feel of two minds, because again, like there was a turning point for me where I kind of got on the movie's wavelength and actually started enjoying it. But I don't think I could actually call this movie good.
I mean, I think that to hold it up to any comparison outside of Scream is kind of misled, because like, I mean, that's the thing with Scream being Scream. People go to watch Scream for a specific reason, right? Like, it's not like, you know, we don't expect it to be some mind bending, like next level.
That's not what I expect.
No, it's cheesy slot.
It's cheesy slot, right? Like that's the point.
Right.
It's like
but I've also seen cheesy slot done very well.
Right. I think I'd rather watch a trauma film. Like I'd much rather watch.
That's very different, man. I think
that's intentional cheesy schlock, dude.
I mean, it is, but not for like this. Like Scream was kind of aimed at like teens, like completely like aimed at young teen, like a 15-year-old. Like that's like trauma movies, I think, have a little bit more thought, but
that's all I asked for. Think about it a little bit more. It feels like this movie wasn't thought out at all. It feels like they just threw some shit together and kept slapping people's names in it. Like this was full of the member berries. Is what it was full of. I don't dude, agree. Courtney Cox made me throw up in my mouth every time she spoke. Like I was like, you are such a terrible actress. I forgot. I thought you were good on Friends. I remember you being at least decently okay.
You know, she lives here now, right? She lives in Hoover.
Well, good. I hope she hears me. She's from Bama, so I knew that.
She's from Bama. No, she moved back like a few years ago. Anyway, whatever the fuck. I mean, right on. And I can see a lot of people having a lot of criticisms for this movie.
Yeah,
I feel like it's 100% what I expected it to be. But I've seen all the Scream movies, right? So I'm
and like
more
I said
invested
before,
into the overall story of Scream.
This has kind of made me want to go back and you know, catch up on the ones that I haven't seen, which is pretty much every one of them except for the first one.
You should just watch Scary Movie too.
And it's also it's also just about that thing that happens when something's super popular, and then a lot of people like come on, they jump on the bandwagon kind of late, and then it's like their thing, kind of like Final Fantasy 14, right? You know, Final Fantasy 14 after a while stops being about the legacy players and starts being about the new players, right? Scream is like, nah, this is still for the legacy. You know, like here's some stuff for new people to enjoy, but it's all about the people who have been in support of this since Scream 1.
Yeah.
You know, because that does happen. All of a sudden, this new audience likes a thing, and that's what generates revenue. So they change that thing. And that was the entire message of the movie. It's like, you know, this is just getting stale doing the same thing over and over and over. So we're going to shake it the fuck up. And it's just like, you know,
well, I don't even feel like they shaked it up all that much. I feel like this was the one last hurrah before they actually start shaking stuff up.
No, well, what I mean is like that was the killer's motivation. They were like, we met up on 4chan, and this is what we decided on. Like, hey, this town needs a new tragedy. And
well, they were like, we're gonna bring it back to the first one because it always goes back to the first one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this movie as a whole, even the killer's motivation, like that was really the message. Is just like, hey guys, here's your one last hurrah. The next one's gonna be fucking weird.
I don't know. I think that the whole thing was really all about just giving the town, because they even say it. They're just giving them another tragedy. They're like, y'all need something else to write about, you know. So we'll give you something else to write about, and that was their whole thing. It's like mirroring the previous tragedy, of course, but also starting to take out some of those older players so that moving forward, we don't have to use those same actors. You know, moving forward, we can use a completely different, because Ghostface really, as he's not like a Jason Voorhees. He's not like, you know, not like Michael Myers. He doesn't have one identity. He's not always the same. You know, it's always a situational thing. And it's always people who just like, you know, want to see their people suffer. It's kind of like Until Dawn. Until Dawn had a similar thing going. You know, but that makes it difficult to really kind of keep that villain alive, you know, because it's like, okay, what are the motivations for this villain to even be around, and why are they choosing the exact same costume? Like, what's the fucking point, you know? And so that's why I think that for the next one, we've got to go back one more time. They can't go completely forward yet. I think we're gonna see the accomplice killer from Scream 1 come back. That's my prediction. I might be right, I might be wrong.
We'll see in about a year.
Right? Yeah, probably. yeah, because they always release them about the summer, so which is always a weird time for me. I'm like, you don't want to wait for October? They're like, nah, man. Nah, this is a date flick.
Right.
Yeah, this is a date flick. You take
that makes sense. This is a movie that you can ignore while you're making out.
Dude, that's the point. The point is Netflix and chill, baby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But you're supposed to do it at a drive-in.
You know, well, oh no, I've gone to some theater anyway.
At the drive-in.
You never know; it goes down everywhere.
It does go down everywhere.
As long as the lights go out.
Then it's going down. You know, but that party sequence was hilarious, dude. And at first, and like I thought when she was like, you know, I left my inhaler, I was like, oh goddamn, see.
Yeah.
But once again, the simple fact that they could set that up and make it so that you're like, okay, I can confirm this when Amber is just too easy, even though her creepy face was amazing.
Yeah,
and then there was that one callback where she goes outside and she sees Courtney Cox and she sees she sees both of Neve Campbell outside, and she pulls that shit from Scream 1 where she comes out like she's injured. She's like, and she's like, what do you think? She's like, it's a trap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like trap.
That was slick.
You know,
that was slick. I like that.
Wow. You know, and so I was kind of with that, even though I feel like they would have probably, I guess you can't just shoot kids. I guess you got to be sure.
I mean, but then folks don't like that too much.
Right. But after Courtney Cox got shot, Neve Campbell started just shooting through every door. She's just like, I don't care. Shot Huey. Shot Huey in the leg. You know what I'm saying? I was brilliant.
I love it. I love it. I told you to come out. You were shooting everything.
Yeah, you were shooting. That was yeah. See, I thought some of the humor was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the point, man.
It builds up, man.
Well, sure. I completely agree with you. I'm not saying that this is not outside of the realm of Scream. I'm saying I did not like it.
Okay, I can imagine.
Right, because it's not really so much that I don't think that they hit what they were trying to hit. They definitely hit where they were trying to hit.
Nailed it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just not where I'm trying to be. That's right.
If you're a Scream fan though, then I think that this was definitely a gift.
But the kills were brutal. So
the kills were great.
I could find things to enjoy in the movie, even though I didn't like it. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like I don't know. I wasn't in the mood to watch it, especially when I saw it was 2 hours long. I was like, "Fuck, man, why is everything 2?" And
except for Mad God.
I did find, but that's another type of watch. Like, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who, the way you feel about Scream, they will feel about Mad God.
Shit.
Easily.
Yeah. Mad God's not for everybody. Totally.
It's not for most people.
It's not for most people.
Some would say it's not for anyone, but I'm just kidding.
It's all
because I enjoyed it. But I do think that Scream 5 is way better than Scream 4, no question.
Okay.
I think that they kind of brought the series back to form, and that's good. You know, I like seeing classic horror movies, which that's a classic by today's standards, but I like seeing classic horror movies get a breath of fresh air.
I mean, these Halloween movies did a good job.
Exactly.
You know?
Right. And I think that this is largely inspired by the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
You know, and what we're seeing with Aliens and seeing like, you know, it's like seeing like these, you know, classic heroines, you know, come back, you know, like Jamie Lee Curtis. And that's the only thing. Jamie Lee Curtis is ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's super ready. And I think that's the only reason why Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell had to be a little like less ready, because she's already done it, right? And so if they did the same thing, it'd be too Me Too. When I first saw them, I was like, this is very much a Me Too situation where they're like, well, don't forget about Courtney and Neve. And when really it's all about Jamie Lee, you know?
Right.
So they came back and they're still kind of like a little soft, which they shouldn't have been. Because they should have shot that girl on the stairs. I'm just saying, dude, they should have been moving. Like, do you see that case they had those guns in, man? They should have been training that whole time.
I was hoping so bad that she didn't hand one to Courtney Cox.
She
went in double barrel. I was like, come on, do it. Then she handed one gun to her. I was just like, missed an opportunity.
Come in akimbo.
She didn't even get a chance to do anything with the gun. She got the gun, looks up, gets shot immediately.
Yeah, really. Then she should have picked that gun up and had to.
Right.
That's when your time was.
Well, but no, after playing Bone Labs, it exposes the one problem with that.
Totally.
Reloading your gun.
Reloading.
All of a sudden, you got to put a gun down.
Nah, man, you got to throw it in the air and you do that shit quick and then you catch your other gun.
Right.
That's how you do it in Bone Lab.
Yeah, for real.
Man, you just have those. You have the clips.
How are you going to cock it?
On, like, you know, on straps, you know, that way you can just drop it out, click it on, back to
that would be
or like on Equilibrium where they had the rocker bottoms and they just sat on things. Came up,
roll forward.
Dude, that was so good.
Love it.
We gotta do Equilibrium one day, man.
Absolutely.
One of these days.
But
entertaining.
Yeah.
I think it's fun
for Scream fans.
Yeah, if you're going to watch a Scream movie, you got a date, you want to go and just watch a cheesy slasher flick that makes fun of itself the whole time, then here's the one. You know,
that's right?
Yeah, and it is still a little bit of a whodunit, so you get to think and theorize whatever, and but ultimately it's just fun, man.
Yeah, it's just dumb fun.
Yeah. It's just dumb fun, you know. Like it's not like we got Terrifier 2 coming. Don't worry. You know, we've got the good stuff coming. We got Piggy on the horizon.
I know you said you like to see people get killed in entertaining ways there, Artigoth. So you should check out Terrifier. You need to watch the first Terrifier. If I need to give it to you on a thumb drive, because next week we most likely be doing Terrifier 2, I think that's our only window to go see it in the theater is next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's only here for like 2 motherfucking days, dude.
Yeah, and that's a theoretical thumb drive because he doesn't pirate things. So I mean, he's not
Right, I don't even no. What are you talking about, pirate? I have a copy. I have an official copy that I have put on my computer myself that I'm going to share with a friend legally, the way that one would with a friend. Much like you share PS4 games. You just give it to a friend. You just.
Jesus.
So wait, okay. So what's the date for Terrifier 2?
Let's look this up right now. Because I'm pretty sure it's next week, dude, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have only like a day or two to go see it.
Right. We're gonna have to work that schedule out.
I did kind of like how Huey was also like, yeah, well, it's a small town, and we found out where you lived, and he was like, it was really easy to fuck you.
Thursday.
Like, bro, like that's brutal.
It comes out Thursday, dude.
I was like, that was the most brutal kill in the entire movie. He was just like,
Not only does it come out Thursday, but it looks like it's playing at 6:30 in Trustful and 7:30 at Patton Creek, and that's it.
That's it. God, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for me, guys.
It's gonna be a toughie for all of us, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be rough.
That's gonna need to probably wait a week.
But no, I think that's it. I think that's all we got. I think there might be another date or two. Like there's only a handful of these shows. So let's keep an eye out. If not, next week we'll be doing X and what's it called?
Pearl,
X and Pearl.
If we can, yeah.
Because Pearl's in theaters now. We can go see that. Any day.
To go and see.
Yeah.
So, but
more spoopies, more
spoopies this month. It's Spoopy Month, so come back next Saturday and every Saturday to see us live. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you,
and being in the chat, and like, share, subscribe, follow, hit the notifications, do all that shit. Philip, you are Lentarg everywhere. Trey, you are Power of GraeSacle on Twitch and just GraeSacle on YouTube. I am LazerPunch86 on Twitch and LazerPunch on YouTube. Guys, go check out our individual channels, like, share, and subscribe. All the cool things that you as a cool person do. And you can also check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and anywhere else you like to listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
Also, come back on Mondays. We'll be doing our House of the Dragon stream.
Absolutely.
Me and Trey will both be playing some VR games streaming soon here. So check out those.
I'm about to jump in
and keep your eyes out for that Made in Abyss.
You're already in the Bone Lab.
That's right.
Yeah, Made in Abyss video from LazerPunch.
From me, going to be on my YouTube channel. Probably going to take me a full week to actually get that taken care of.
And let us know what you think about our remote cast. Tell us if you like this format, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.